What's up, everybody? We're back once again for another little podcast of our pull list for this week, the week of January 9th, 2019. This is our 22nd. I was wrong last week. This is our 22nd episode, and we're a little late, so we're going to try to run through this as quickly as possible. And after this, I will be getting ready to watch the first 3 episodes of Young Justice Outsiders, which we have been waiting for with bated breath. And I believe just gonna really enjoy that. Didn't watch Titans. Got through the first couple of episodes of Titans and never watched it again. But that's neither here nor there. Definitely looking forward to watching Young Justice. So without any further ado, we're going to run through these books. For those of you who are listening, because I know I'm like super duper late with this. And we're going to start with Dark Horse Comics. We got one from them new this week. And that's Tom Clancy's Division. It's called Extremis Malice. And there's no writer or artist listed for that. But you can look for that new from Dark Horse. Next, we're going to do DC Comics. And we have The Adventures of the Super Sons by Tomasi and Scott Gogleski. Very difficult for me to say that. This is a very awesome book. And I believe the adventures of this book happened before Bendis' current Superman series. But reading this and then reading Bendis' Superman to see what they've done with Superboy has kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, if those who are reading it understand what I'm saying. Batman 62 by Tom King and Travis Moore. And of course we have the 2 covers for that. We have the Professor Pig, Mitch Gerads cover, and a Frank Miller cover for cover B. Curse of the Brimstone number 10 by Justin Jordan and Eduardo Panacea. And the book looks dope. Never read it though. But for those who are into that, grab it. I think it may have like 2 issues left or something like that. Deathstroke 39 by Christopher Priest and Fernando Parson. 2 covers for that. Tyler Kirkman for cover A, and Dave Johnson gives us cover B. Green Arrow 48 by Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing, and Java Fernandez. We got a Kevin Nolan for cover A, and a really awesome black and white horizontal cover by Neil Adams. Very awesome. Green Lantern number 3 by Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp. Cover A is by Liam Sharp. And we now have Jay Lee doing cover B's over here with the Green Lantern Corps. Harley Quinn 57 by Sam Humphries and John Timms. We got cover A by Gilliam March and a really sold out awesome cover by Julian Tolentino. Very nice. Justice League 15 this week by James Tynion, Scott Snyder, and Jim Chung. Cover A is by Jim Chung, and cover B is by Will Conrad. Nightwing continues this week, number 56 by Scott Lobdell and Gary Brown. We have Chris Mooneyham cover for cover A, and a Odo Schmidt cover for cover B with that very weird forehead going on right there for Nightwing. Suicide Black Files number 3 by Mike W. Barr and Felipe Brones. And if you've been following that, pick that up. I don't think that's a very high print run for that book anyway. One of my favorites from DC for the new Age of Heroes, The Unexpected, number 8 by Steve Orlando and Ronan Kalik. We always love it when they have one cover, don't we? The big book for this week from DC, Young Justice, which I was talking about the cartoon. But this also was coming out this week by Bendis and Patrick Gleason. We have 2 covers by Gleason, cover A and a black and white version. And most of the Titans get a cover for themselves. We have Amy Reedmer cover of Amethyst, a Derek Chu cover of Impulse, which is pretty on point, and Yasmin Putri cover by Robin, and he also has 2 other people on the cover with him. I guess she was just filling an empty space. She wanted to fill it. And my favorite out of all of them is the Jorge Jimenez Superboy cover, which is just awesome, and a Wonder Girl cover by Evan Shaner. And we also have a blank variant with that. And that this week is it for DC Comics. For Dynamite Entertainment, we have 1 book this week. It is the 3rd volume of Turok, the Dinosaur Hunter, by Ron Mars and Roberto Castro. And cover A right here is done by Bart Sears, who led the last Turok run for Valiant. Let's see here now. For Image Comics, got a few good things going on here. Bitterroot number 3. If you don't know, now you know. You need to pick this book up, by David Walker, Chuck Brown, and the infamous Sanford Green. This has various covers. I believe I have cover A by Sanford Green and cover C by Larry Stroman, who I've not seen for quite a while. But I'll be picking both of those covers up. Blackbird number 4 by Sam Humphries and Jen Partel. And I am telling you, if nothing else, this book is one of the prettiest books that came out in 2018. This book is dope. I love this purple and pink and yellow thing that got going on for the cover A's. It's outstanding. Cover A is done by Jen Partel, and cover B is done by Sana Takeda. I'm sorry. Bully Wars number 5 by Scotty Young and Aaron Conley, and I only have 1 cover, and that's cover A by Aaron Conley. Cemetery Beach number 5 by Warren Ellis and Jason Howard. Jason Howard does both covers A and B. Another one of my favorite books before 2018 went out, Die number 2 by Kieran Gillen and Stephanie Hans. Stephanie Hans does cover A, and Jana Scrimera does cover B, which is very nice. The Last Siege number 8 by Landry Walker and Justin Greenwood. We have a Justin Greenwood cover A, and cover B is done by Tom Neely. Oblivion Song number 11 by Robert Kirkman and Lorenzo De La Fece. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Prodigy number 2 by Mark Millar and Raphael Albuquerque. Cover A and 8.5 is by Albuquerque, a color and a black and white cover, and really, really, really nice cover B by Travis Charest. Really nice piece of work. And that, as we say, is that for Image Comics. For Marvel, you can make mine Marvel. Avengers number 12 by Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness. And a nice cover A by Alan Davis. And the Phil Noto 80th anniversary cover, which is just outstanding. I'm really digging those covers. The Black Order number 3 by Derek Landy and Philip Tan. We have a Philip Tan cover A and a John Tyler Christopher face cover for cover B. Marvel's big book, I guess, number one for this week is Captain Marvel number one by Kelly Thompson and Carmen Nunez Canero. And there are a bunch of covers. Don't really know which ones I'm covering. I know I got cover A up here, the an incentive cover by Adam Hughes, the Alex Ross cover, and I believe the movie poster cover. And that also, I believe, comes with a blank cover, but I don't know what's up with that. Domino number 10 by Gail Simone, and I don't know who's drawing it. But we're doing luck against luck here. Domino versus Longshot. She doesn't stand a chance. Spider-Man's new title out this week. The Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 1 by Tom Taylor and Juan Cabal. This has a million covers. We are covering cover A by Andrew Robinson. We have the Art Germ cover. We have what is it? A horizontal John Romita Sr. Hidden Gem cover. And there's an animation cover. I don't know if I'm covering that. And my favorite of the bunch is the Spider-Man PS4 cover, which is runs for about $10. I would definitely pick that up for the variant cover of the week. Daredevil's weekly series continues. The Man Without Fear number 2 by Jed McKay and Stefano Landini. I heard somebody say that they weren't really caring for this book, but kind of skimmed through issue number 1 and I'm digging it. I can deal with the torments of the Man Without Fear before he regains consciousness, fighting all the selves within himself, which I think is a pretty good thing. For Daredevil, that is. Miles Morales Spider-Man, which is this coming out twice a month or something. I don't know why this book seems like it came out so fast. Or maybe I'm just behind. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 2 by Saladin Ahmed and Javier Garin. We have cover A by Marco De Alfonso and cover B, which I guess is not cover B, it's an incentive cover, by Sana Takeda. The Punisher number 11 by Matthew Rosenberg and Szymon Kudranski. If you're digging Frank Castle, pick it up. I guess you want to read it. Punisher comes out next week on Netflix, right? Spider-Gwen and Ghost Spider by Shonen McGuire and Rosie Campy. Cover A is by Bengal, and I have cover C, which is the Conan versus the Marvel Universe cover. Star Wars Age of the Republic Jango Fett, and that has a million covers on it, and that is by Jody Hauser and Luke Ross. Luke Ross is a pretty solid artist. I think I put up the In-Huk Lee cover. That's cover B. And that might have been it. I don't know if I covered any other covers on that. But if you've been picking up these Age of the Republic books, pick it up. Another one of my favorites, Thor number 9 by Jason Aaron and Mike Del Mundo. We have cover A, which I don't know. I'm doing really bad with Thor because I want all the covers. Cover A by Mike Del Mundo. Cover B is our 80th anniversary cover by Phil Noto, which is a must buy just because of the symbiote Spider-Man and the Dark Phoenix on it. And Greg Smallwood Conan versus the Marvel Universe covers. The Uncanny X-Men number 9. But this book is really starting to get good. I'm surprised. By Ed Brisson and Uladari Sinar. We got a Kamuna Cola for cover A, and cover B is the Jean Grey action figure cover. Web of Venom Unleashed number 1 by Ryan Stigman and Kyle Holtz. We got 2 covers for that. Ryan does cover A, and Nick Bradshaw gives us a Venomous cover 2. X-23, number 8, which really has 2 pretty good covers by Makoto Tamaki and Diego Olafuerte, right? Something like that. Ashley Witter does cover A, and Dale Keown gives us a awesome Guardians of the Galaxy cover for cover B. And that's it for the Marvel Universe. And as we wrap it up, we got one independent book this week. I didn't really collect the series, but I guess this is an annual or whatever it is, and I just find it funny. Stabbity Ever After, number 1, by Richard Riviera and Dwayne Biddix. And that's it for this week, people. Let's see what we have here for our covers and books for the week, and we will bid you farewell. For our covers of the week, we're gonna just do the top 3 because it gets a little lengthy looking at all of this pretty artwork. Blackbird, number 4, cover A by Jen Bartel, which is just a stunning piece of artwork. Die, number 2, cover B, which just makes you want to play role-playing games, doesn't it? And Thor, number 9, the Phil Noto variant cover, which is just astounding to me. That's definitely my cover of the week. Need a poster of that immediately. And nothing is really knocking my socks off for the pick of the week, the book of the week, whatever you want to call it. So I will pick 2, and one of them will be just a favorite book of mine because it needs to have more of a shout out, and that's Bitterroot, number 3. And I would ask you to pick that book up and support our local artists and writers in their independence. And Young Justice, number 1. Why? Because it's Young Justice. Why not? So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Next week, hopefully, will be earlier and more informative and more entertaining. Until then, I'll see you next time at the same bad time and the same bad channel. Peace.